Hello and welcome to Mini Shop's How to Sculpt videos with myself, Elizabeth. Today we're going to be making an umbrella magnet. Alright, what you will need is some clay. Some red clay or whatever color you'd like to make the umbrella. Some gray clay. You can make it by mixing white and black or buying some gray clay, some black clay, a toothpick. You may or may not need this dowel tool, or a pen works just fine. A potter's needle, but a toothpick works. A little x-acto knife or a butter knife works, just don't use it for food after you used it on clay. Some glue and a magnet for afterwards. All right, let's begin. Take a lump of red clay and start to warm it up. Red clay is usually pretty warm already or soft. So we're going to roll it into a ball. We have a little ball, and we're going to roll that ball into an oval using our thumb and index finger. Then we are going to also use our thumb and index finger or middle finger, whatever finger, and squish it. We're going to squish it into a half circle shape. Kind of a dome shape, which an umbrella is, elongating the edges and flattening the edges as well. All right, sometimes it's easier to use the surface to make sure it's flat. Okay, now that you have your little umbrella, we're going to take our potter's needle and make a line down the center, just a slight line. Then I'm going to go off to the side of that line and the side of that line, and then down the side, down the side. We're going to take our knife, x-acto knife, and make a little curved cut from line to line. Curved cut, from line to line, curved cut, from line to line, and then you can also do it at the very edge if you'd like. Personal preference, I'd say. Okay, now you're going to take each of those little indents and smooth them out with your finger. If you cut the very edge, I like to soften and pull out the edge. But you see how it's kind of choppy? We smooth that down with our finger and it'll be much prettier. All right, we're smoothing out. Just applying slight pressure, but not too much, so that it doesn't squish completely. Just so it looks softer. All right. Now I'm going to pull this edge all the way so that it's in an even line rather than kind of sticking out. And there we have the first part of our umbrella. All right. Now take a toothpick, find the center, and drill it in to your umbrella. Make sure you go evenly and straight up. Sometimes it pops out a little bit below. All right. Now you have the little bit of the toothpick peeking out. We're going to eyeball that spot where it goes into the umbrella. Right there. Not eyeball, we're going to make a tiny mark with our knife. See the tiny mark? And then we're going to take our gray clay, just a tad bit of gray clay, not too much. Roll it into a tiny ball, roll it into an oval, squish it between our index finger and thumb, and fold our toothpick into it, like so. Then we are going to roll that clay along this toothpick so. Rolling, rolling, rolling to make it even. It doesn't have to be super thin or super thick. It can be all up to your personal preference. You can also roll on the hard surface that you're working on. If you're working on a hard surface, sometimes there's air pockets between the clay and the toothpick. You kind of just have to work them out a little bit, which just takes some time. But it's fun to work with the clay. All right, once you have it to a thickness you would like, I'm going to go back and find my little mark. I'm guessing it's around here. But if not, just kind of, there we go. I found it, I think. Okay. If you can't find your mark, just hold it up against your umbrella, and it'll tell you where it is. All right. Nope. Gotta cut it off again by looping this toothpick and then pulling up and then smoothing it down. All right, sticking it through again, seeing if that's the right spot. There we go, it is. All right, we're on our way. Now we're going to take our black clay, about, well, a small amount of black clay. Roll it into a ball. You might have to warm it up a little bit first. Warming it up, now rolling it into a ball. And rolling that ball into an oval and pressing it down again. Like so. And I like to have, let's see if I can show you, the edges nice and even or soft so they're not cracked. Oh yeah, you can see there's a little crack right there. I like to smooth those out and make sure that they aren't, because this is going to be the top of the umbrella handle. Okay, now that we have this, I'm going to take it and apply it to the base of our umbrella. And then, oh, some red clay got in there, just flick it off. I'm going to apply it like so, and then kind of roll it in the same process we did to apply the gray clay, but this time pulling it down. Oh, more red clay. If that happens, just take your knife or your toothpick and take it off. And then if it gets onto the other piece, you can smooth it out with one of your tools, like so. All right. Now we're just going to keep rolling it. A smooth little pull. Squish and pull. Ever so slightly. Until we get it to our desired thickness. Once we have, oh, there we go, desired thickness and length, we're going to take the end here. You can feel where the toothpick ends. For me, it's right about there. And then loop your umbrella end. Like so. Okay, once you have that, you can take another teeny tiny piece of black clay, about that big, maybe a tad bit bigger, and don't drop it. Roll it into a ball, but this time, roll that ball into a teardrop or a cone shape. And take that, the bottom of the cone shape, and plop it on top. If it looks too big, just pull it a little bit off and re-roll and plop it on again until you've reached your desired size. Okay, now I'd like to smooth out these lines. They're a little bit harsh. If you like your lines that way that you already had, sorry, I made that sound like a question. If you like your lines that way, no. If you like the way your lines have already been, you can keep them, but I just like to make mine look a little bit softer. Okay, but to smooth lines out, you just press your thumb down and pull, press and pull, ever so slightly. Everything just needs to be done with a tad bit of finesse. Okay, there you have that. And now we're going to make our lines from the top down to the edge, like so. See, I like to curve them from the top down to the edge, and then this one from the edge to the top. If your line wobbles, you can smooth it out and try it again. Clay is kind of forgiving, so it's nice. All right. And there we are. Now, one last step. We'll take some more black clay and break off a little bit less than we used for our top point thing. Great choice of words. And roll it into another tiny cone. Then attach it to that point, like so. Make another one, rolling it and attaching it to your point. Kind of squishing it in. Okay, we'll do it twice more. Rolling and attaching. All right. Again. Rolling. And attaching. Okay. You can also, I'm just going to see if it looks good on the edges here, which it may not. Oh yes, I like it there. Okay. You can either attach it to the edges or not. This is up to personal preference. All right, and there we have an umbrella. But wait, don't forget to sign your name on the back. K is mine, and date it. Like and subscribe. Mini Shop. Bake this in the oven, if it's Sculpey clay, at 275 for 15 minutes. Then once it's done and cooled, flip it around, apply a dot of glue, and then plop your magnet on there. But make sure the magnet doesn't stick to anything while it's drying and solidifying, because you don't want it to come off. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have fun. Bye.